LNTEOW. As a performing artist, I've made a deep commitment to my love for audience, you, my listener. Truthfully, I don't think that any of you could be as hard on me as I have been, and that gives me a lot of confidence in speaking out. I posted a video a few days ago that elicited a discouraging word from one of my audience members. In this video, I was making an account for my personal journey. Unusually, I put no marketing or branding at the front. I just got straight to the point. I think you might want to keep listening because what I discovered in my response to this discouraging word was love in myself, a deeper love for my audience. I'm going to play you the first 20 seconds of the video that I posted a few days ago. I only do this when it's a part of the greater work. And this love that I found, this deeper love for audience, is a part of my deeper work. Severe and frequent migraine headaches and my own personal neurodivergent experience eventually disqualified me from participating in the traditional workplace. Despite all my efforts to reach out for help and the bearing of spiritual fruit around all of those efforts, I was informed by 2 ex-wives, my own father, and others that I was a shameful expression in this world. Shame is a killer. I watched it kill my brother. So that was the video that I posted several days ago, and now part of the fruit that I get to harvest is I get to have a little fun reading this message that was sent to me. Severe and frequent migraine headaches and my own personal neurodivergent experience. And I knew at my personal neurodivergent experience that YouTube had recommended me a lazy Marxist who didn't realize until his 40s that self-discipline was a useful thing to foster in oneself. Sorry you were too busy blaming other things your whole life to realize that you are responsible for yourself and others. You mentioning your own problems in the first 5 seconds is likely tied to the source of your problem. I'm not saying they aren't real, nor that they aren't difficult. I'm saying you let them define you. And worse, it sounds like you let them stop you. Everyone has their own problems, but we also all have people counting on us. Whatever your problems, you still must do your best. You're telling me you couldn't do anything other than physical therapy because you are neurodivergent? I call BS. Out of all the people I've met, it is truly laughable that you think neurodivergent is even a useful term. Pretty sure we're all crazy, but only half of us blame our failure on our crazy. The other half blame the specific mistakes we've made and move forward. People count on me. A migraine sucks, but people still count on me. I can see all the comments from the undisciplined before they even post, so understand, it's not that I don't care, it's that I do. Offering a solution is my empathy. I know that discipline is more important than empathy when you are failing people who depend on you. Don't just have empathy for the stupid. Have some empathy for the people they won't help. Agreeing with this guy won't solve any of his problems or yours. Thanks, YouTube, for putting this on my front page, and have a nice day. That was actually not quite as fun as I thought it would be. What do you think? Do you think I got the tone right or wrong? I actually found myself agreeing with his resolve in the midst of that. Yeah. I'm also reminded of the depth work that I've done around my listening skills, because I'm actually capable of embodying an adversary's voice for the sake of this work. I'm so grateful. I truly love this work. Here's my response. I invite you to make a deeper inquiry into my work. My layered practice, as represented by my prolific documentation, may help you to dispel the judgment that you made about me in the first few seconds of this video when you called me lazy. You elaborated on your accusation of lazy by adding Marxist. I'd be happy also to speak about how Marx and Engels' rational life's work has changed how humanity views its own condition. Or perhaps we could just choose to see Karl Marx's profile as an archetypal face of an emerging intelligence. When I encounter someone like yourself, someone who immediately commits himself to conclusions and then recommits himself immediately to labeling or name-calling, which might more clearly in this instance be described as self-righteous and aggressive shaming, I now know what to do. Thankfully, I know what to do. I've been praying for you, brother. Big, open-hearted prayers for you. Big, open-hearted prayers for your continued growth into a fully open and boundlessly intelligent experience. You made such an incredibly bold judgment in just seconds, without any investigation into the depths of the very relevant and valuable work in which I am currently engaged with all of humanity. That's why I'm writing you now, because this is our work. I'm happy that you are so fully engaged, in fact. I do not need you individually to see me now in order to continue in my work, and that is why I am capable of approaching you in love today, giving you another opportunity to set yourself free. To set yourself free from the bondage of these fast and incorrect judgments of which I am probably not the sole recipient. A deeper inquiry into my work could possibly reveal to you a friend who knows different things than you, a friend who has struggled through life, sometimes with profound discipline and tenacity, and who has at other times felt overwhelmed and crushed by life. A very honest and human experience. As a performing artist, I've been cultivating true love for audience for many years. As I am writing these words, my heart is engaged in a deep prayer for all of us, and a love for you, my audience, today. It is very understandable why you believed it so important to write the words that you sent to me. I honor your path. My prayers are with you always. Your communication helps me to recommit to the work that so obviously we need to discover together. No one has ever called me lazy before.
To my knowledge.
And certainly no one has ever labeled me as a Marxist.
Are you sure about that?
I did ponder for some time whether your statement was a criticism of lazy Marxism, which certainly could have been very offensive if I truly considered myself to be a Marxist, or maybe I thought to myself, the accusations are individuated. Maybe he is calling me lazy and then Marxist as a fully autonomous insult. After reading on, I concluded the latter, because I believe that anyone who had political and economic theory chops could tear me up quite quickly if they had identified me as a poorly studied, lazy Marxist. I'm not committed to the following of Marx as an ultimate authority, but I do have a deep respect for the rational assent and assessment that he and Engels made. In fact, their ideas are essential now in order to understand the human condition and how we all view the world through these the class lens, the class struggles that we're seeing. I write these words to you now not to defend or justify Travelin' Trav and his work. I write to you because quick judgments like the one you made about me in the first seconds of the video are my work. Education is my work. Cathartic healing experiences are my work. You may notice that it has taken me several days to respond to your comments. That's important to note. Thankfully, my first response is now often to pray for my attackers. I love my enemies. I pray for those who hurt me. The message you sent me is part of my work. I use the term neurodivergent because it is a very general description. I worked for many years through multiple career paths, 2 college degrees, and I was teamed with a partner as we were both doing our best to work through our personal pain and suffering. Neither of us wanted to hurt the other. I choose to believe this about her. I have nearly 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel. I have taken great care to cover many topics and pieces of my education that have helped me to come this far. The deepest science and mysticism tell us that we are not separate. You can only see yourself in me, and I certainly see myself in you. I am detached from my need for a personal response from you. And thank you for committing yourself fully to your personal process, which you have proven in your message to me. I will also keep up the devotion on my end. All the best to you always. P.S. I went to your YouTube page. I see you like to play video games. Me too.